Today's event, Agents of Change, Darwinian Thought and Theories of Human Nature. We've got a great lineup of speakers today. I've had to step in at the last minute and I'm actually going to be speaking on the panel of this first debate because unfortunately Sue Scott couldn't make it. Sadly, Ken and Malik is also not well, so we only have two people on the panel for the second debate. But apart from that, everyone's here, so we're ready to rock. Kevin is actually going to chair today's debate. I'll let him introduce himself and let him introduce the speakers. So without more ado, I shall just hand over to Kevin and invite the speakers to come and join me up the front.
I'm Kevin Yuill. I'm a lecturer or senior lecturer now, I think, in history at the University of Sunderland, and I'm chairing. I'll just quickly introduce the speakers. The way we're going to do it is each speaker will have 8 minutes, and that's, we'll do a fairly tight job of chairing. But the idea is, of course, to have as much debate as possible. So after the speakers have spoken, then we'll have time for the speakers to make some points or questions, and then we'll open it up to the audience and have as extensive a debate as the name The Great Debate implies. That's what we want to get, that's what we want to have. So I'll introduce the speakers. First of all, Rita is an old friend of The Great Debate and has spoken at a number of various different events. And she's a medical writer contributing to The Independent, New Scientist, Daily Mail, Telegraph, and has been awarded the Medical Journalists Association Prize for Outstanding Contribution to Medical Journalism twice, not just once, but twice. Her publications to date include Mapping the Mind, attempting to chart how human behavior and culture are shaped by the architecture of the brain, Exploring Consciousness. She pondered the nature, origins, and purpose of consciousness, and in her recent Multiplicity, she tackles the fascinating subject of how personalities are made and kept secret in the human brain. So Rita Carter is our first speaker. Next will be Thomas Pink, who I'm on more familiar ground with as a historian, so I won't be quite as lost as I might have thought. And as a historian and philosopher, interest in ethics, philosophy of mind and action, philosophy of law, and in medieval and early modern philosophy. And he's written widely about liberty, ethics, and free will, and his books include The Psychology of Freedom and Free Will, a very short introduction. And he's currently writing a 2-volume work entitled The Ethics of Action, and it is working on the relationship between free will, concepts, and consciousness. Caspar Hewett hopefully needs very little introduction. Is a mathematician and engineer with over 17 years of experience, and he is chair of The Great Debate, as you all know, and he has co-authored the Northeast bid to the United Nations, which resulted in the establishment of RCE Northeast. He's also, sorry, I'm reading here because I've had to step in a little bit. He's currently visiting fellow at Sir Joseph Swan Institute for Energy Research and doing independent work as an environmental consultant, and is working on a book about humanism and the notions of progress. So all very appropriate speakers here. So without further ado, I will pass you over to Rita Carter.